Hey there. Do you feel like your kids know how to push every single one of your buttons? Or maybe it's not your kids, maybe it's your partner, or maybe it's your kid's other parent that knows exactly how to push every one of your buttons. Well, if so, this tapping today is for you. So I'm Angie Grant, host of Don't Make Me Tap Again, the podcast where I show you how to use the emotional freedom technique to let go of some stress, to maybe create a little bit more peace and calm in your body. And today we're tapping on the energy that it actually started yesterday. Life got a little crazy yesterday, but that's okay because this energy, one, it's going to be hanging around for a few more days. And two, maybe it's part of your energetic makeup through the lens of human design. So you don't need to know anything about human design, but just hang with me for a few minutes here. So I'm going to explain the energy that we're in right now and just reflect on whether or not this is something that maybe shows up in your life or that you've noticed in the past couple of days. So currently, we are transitioning through gate 39. Gate 39 through the lens of human design through quantum human design, it's called the gate of provocation. Nope, just kidding. Through quantum human design, it's called the gate of recalibration. Whew, I did not check my notes very well. Through traditional human design, it is called the gate of obstruction or provocation. What the heck does that really mean? Well, what that means is when we are in a lower frequency or in a shadow type energy, it can be kind of like poking right at somebody and knowing exactly where to poke them to get the best rise out of them, which can be annoying, right? Especially when it's somebody that we care about or somebody that we used to care about, when they just know how to push all of our buttons. But what if that provocation has a purpose? So that's kind of the higher end or the higher energy or the higher spectrum of this energy is that what if the provocation is really about being able to tease out what belongs and what doesn't belong, or what's in alignment and what isn't? So that's what I want to invite you to notice over the next few days is when you're being provoked or when you're the provoker, what is it that you're really gleaning from that interaction? Are you really noticing what belongs and what doesn't? Or are you provoking just for the sake of, I don't know, poking the bear? So that's my challenge for you. But I don't want you just thinking about it. I want you to release some of that annoyance and overwhelm that comes with maybe being provoked. So I'm going to show you how to use EFT tapping or the emotional freedom technique to release a little bit of stress. If you choose to follow along, just know this is a self-help tool. It's not designed to diagnose or treat anything like that, but I encourage you to tap along and to copy the words and the actions. So here we go. Even though my kids know how to push all of my buttons and it drives me nuts, and sometimes I react in ways I don't want to, I deeply and completely accept how I feel about that. Even though my kids can really provoke me and push my buttons, I can breathe and relax now. And even though sometimes even my partner or my ex-partner knows just the right buttons to push to drive me crazy, I trust that I can still relax and take care of me. All right, then we're going to move to the top of the head. Feeling provoked. They're pushing my buttons, driving me crazy, and I don't want to react. Pushing my buttons. I'm reacting ways I don't want to. Why do they know all my buttons to push? Feeling reactive. So stop tapping and just notice. I forgot to ask. I oftentimes forget to ask. But before we went through that tapping sequence, how are you feeling about that idea of being provoked by somebody who is in your life? Were you feeling stressed about it? I oftentimes encourage you to give yourself a score on a scale of 0 to 10. 0 being you're totally at peace, and 10 being like, this is too much. I can't handle it. Give yourself a score, thinking back to before we went through the tapping, and just notice if your score has changed at all. We're going to go through the sequence one more time. Feeling provoked, feeling reactive, being provoked, blaming others for my reaction. How do they know all my buttons to push? Blaming them for my reactions. What if I could let my body relax and not react? It's okay to relax. So check in with yourself again. On that scale of 0 to 10, check in. Just notice if perhaps you feel a little bit less tension in your body. Maybe your score has changed a little bit. I sure hope so for you and for your kids, right? Because when we're reactive, not only are we putting that energy into our relationship, but also we're showing them that response, right? We're showing our kids that our behaviors are somebody else's responsibility or somebody else's fault. So I hope that you found this tapping sequence helpful. If you did, put it on repeat until you feel like your score is a place that feels good to you. So until next time, just keep on tapping and follow me. I would love it if you would follow my channel. And if you're local in the Janesville, Wisconsin area, I would love for you to swing by and attend one of my workshops. I host regular in-person workshops. And if you want more personalized support, I always offer virtual one-on-one sessions as well. So that's all. Tap soon.